Hi, this is Tiara from I Can Do Almost Anything. So today I'm going to teach you how to make these little pom-poms out of yarn. These are about 1.5 inches. This one's a little bit smaller in size. So if you want them smaller, you use them a little bit smaller. I'm also using Red Heart Super Savory yarn, and this color is light raspberry. And the other ones are just other colors, so light pink and like a fuchsia color, white, and the light raspberry. So this is what it ends up looking like for this one. And I'm gonna use. There's two different ways that I've done it. The bigger one has been my fingers. I've used my fingers for this one, and this smaller one I've used just a little piece of cardboard paper, and this came from a Wheaties box cereal. So let's see. The only other thing that you're going to need to use is a pair of scissors. And if you want them smaller, you could do the cardboard because you know your fingers are only one size, right? And you can make them smaller and you wrap it around. And then I'm going to show you the finger one because that one's a little bit harder to figure out sometimes. So you take your piece of yarn and you're going to actually cut it about 5 inches, so that much. And that's the part that's going to be tied around all those wrapped pieces. So I'm going to stick it in between my fingers because when you wrap it around your fingers, it's basically stuck together and it's really hard to stick through a piece of yarn. So I stuck it in between my fingers before I started. And you're going to do it about 100 times to get, that much of a fluff. And you're going to basically go really wide so that the pieces that are underneath that are wrapped first aren't quite as small as the ones that keep going on top. If that makes sense, I'll show you in a minute. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. And the next step is just to cut that off. And then what you're going to do next, hope that's already starting to come off, is take that piece that you had cut off in the beginning, and you're basically going to just hold on to it so that you can pull it off your fingers. Okay? So just slide it off your fingers. Hopefully I can. I did it kind of tight. All right. So I slid it off. Okay, I know you can't see it very well right now. Basically, it's going to look like that, and you're gonna tie it. I already got the other stuff on there because I made another one, so it's kind of messy. Sorry. You're going to tie a knot in it as tight as you can, and this is the more tricky part, just because it's really hard to hold it yourself and get it really tight. So these are so much fun. I'm gonna actually make a banner out of them just for Valentine's Day decor. It'll be so cute. All right. So that's how you tie it, and if you have someone else to stick their finger down there, it's probably more ideal. And I am gonna actually wrap it around one more time. I always like to double knot it so you can see the other side. It doesn't look like it got tied really tight. It's because it's really hard. But it looks cute in the end anyway, so it won't matter. All right. Alrighty, so there is the one side, and this is actually the part that I tied on the other side, and obviously you can tell that it wasn't as tight. That's why I usually double tie it. So the next step you're going to do is just basically go on the end of that rounded part and cut it. Try not to cut the part that you tied though. You probably should. You probably won't do that though. just because it's not in the places that you're cutting. So and the ones that you were started with are a lot shorter on the inside, so you can tell that the outer sides are a little bit longer than the inside. But you will cut that down, so it won't matter. All right, going to the other side. Gonna get all these little stragglers here. Basically, you'll take the middles and pull it up so it kind of evens out on both sides. And we are almost done here. That's about right. Okay, so you've cut both of the rounded edges that were wrapped around your fingers, and these are the parts that I tied. And now you're just gonna kind of hide those spots, kind of make it a big ball. And you can tell these sides are a little bit shorter because that's the part that was wrapped first. So these are the parts that are on the very end. All right, so if you want it to make it look like that, you just cut it down. So that's why I have all this stuff down here, because I was cutting it. So you just basically round it out all over. And you just keep cutting it down till it all looks pretty circular, round, whatever you want to call it. All right. Okay, so I've pretty much cut it down to where I want it. There's a little bit here and there that may stick out every once in a while, and I'll probably cut it later. But there's your little pom-pom, and they just look so cute. And I'm gonna put a bunch of them up on a banner, like I said, and it'll be so cute. So the other way you can do this is wrap it around this thing. And I don't cut anything before because you'd have to hold it and it would be annoying. So you would basically just do the same thing as you do with fingers, and I try and use the whole thing. So this is probably 3 inches wide and 1.5 inches. 3 inches long, 1.5 inches wide. I did take math, I promise. So you just wrap it around and keep going and keep going. And I'm just gonna do a small piece just so you can see. I'm not gonna do a whole one right now. You just keep wrapping and keep wrapping, and I would go way out here and I'd go way out here just so it makes it more even. But when you get to the end, it's going to be pretty tight, so you bend it. You see that? You bend it, and then you just basically slide it out. If I can slide it out. I usually grab the ends and pull it like that. And eventually it'll come out. So what you would do is just make sure that you hold the ends like that. And I put it down. Let me move it so you can see it. I put it down right here, and then I'll put the piece underneath that cut piece, and then I would tie it. And usually it stays a little bit more together because there's more of it. Right now I didn't do a whole lot. But there you have it. And now I'm going to undo that because I'm not going to use it right now. And then obviously with these little fluffy guys, you could do whatever you want with it, but I throw it away because I haven't thought of anything that I could use for it yet. Anyway, so there you go. Cute little pom-poms that you can use for just about anything. You could even use them in your vases as decoration as well, or you can use them for whatever you want. So there you have it. Cute little pom-poms.